Hey guys, so I just got finished watching the new movie Deadpool. Okay, so spoiler review, and not so much, I don't want to tell everything, but it's not really that type of movie. Uh, I don't know, I'm just going to get straight into it, but spoilers just in case, so if you want to see it, you can still watch it in my opinion, but let's get started. Okay, just right off the bat, Deadpool, in my opinion, was a 10 out of 10. I loved it. It was such a good movie. I mean, I've never seen a movie be that silly and still make it. Like, okay, so my favorite type of movies are like silly, like I love all the scary movies and epic movie and a lot of those parody movies. Well, Deadpool comes off like a parody movie, but yet it's not. It's like, it's so funny throughout the whole thing. He's just cracking so many jokes and being so animated, and I must say, I just fell in love with this character. I feel like he's now my favorite superhero. He's so awesome. It starts off with a guy who basically is a little bit crazy. He was like a mercenary, and then he becomes just a like hired hitman, but not like a bad guy enough. Like he does little like quick beat up jobs for people who are getting stalked. Then he meets this another girl who's similar to him, and he likes her, and they fall in love. And it's rated R because there's a couple of sex scenes, but it's not like, in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, if you watch Games of Thrones, it's not that bad. And then he gets cancer, and he goes and needs an operation because it's like inoperable cancer. So he knows that he's probably going to die. So he goes and signs up for this experimental stuff because this guy comes and said we can help people. It was all a trap, and he gets tortured. And that part was really, really amazing because that's basically like the summary of, I just want to get that part out of the way, the summary of what the movie's basically about. And the guy who tortured him, he goes after him because he runs this whole look. So Deadpool character is really awesome. I mean, he's got such a crazy, fun personality, and yet he really shouldn't because they jacked him up. Like, he suffered so much. I know in the comic book, it's a little bit like, it's similar but a little bit different, but I love the way the movie did it. And the guy puts him into an oxygen tank where there's no oxygen, and so because he's dying, all the cancer like goes crazy, and like because he gives him some sort of I don't know, formula stuff that makes his cancer really like spread really bad, so he looks so bad. Kind of reminds me of Spawn a little bit. Remember that superhero from like the 90s where he goes to hell and is all burnt up? But like Spawn was really mean. This guy is so funny. He's like a mixture of like, you know the cartoon Archer? Like, he's I don't know how big fan of Archer, but my friends are. And when I was watching, he was like, oh, he's so much like Archer. I was like, oh, okay. And it's like he's a mixture of Archer and Jim Curry, really. And I love him. He's so funny. And I did not know that, what's the actor name? I know he was in Green Lantern, and you know, in Green Lantern, I did not like him, like, at all. I just did not like this guy in Green Lantern, but I didn't know he could be that amazing. Like, I've seen him in other stuff, and I was like Ryan, what's his name? Gosh, oh my gosh, I know his name. I cannot believe I now forgot it because I'm making the video. I always forget things when I'm making the video. But either way, he was Green Lantern, and I did not like him in that movie. But I didn't like him in many other things too. But in this one, he was just so charming. And Deadpool is sick. Like he loses a limb. And he was so funny because like he punches the big, it's mixed with the X-Men. This doesn't go with the Avengers. This goes with the X-Men. Like, this kind of fun. It's all Marvel. And I was like, well, I was going to see an Avenger. He's not with the Avengers. He's with the X-Men. I think it's kind of cool because he's more of a mutant in my opinion than an Avenger. Like the Avengers powers go to that next level where like X-Men kind of is a team. And I think he's going to also meet Spider-Man someday, but not in this movie. And it was funny because he's like, throughout it, he was like talking about Hugh Jackman, like, which is so funny because like, he said that that's like the only reason why he got a movie is because he had to do something sexual to Hugh Jackman, who's Wolverine. And he was like, at the end of the movie, when his girlfriend takes off his mask to see his face, underneath it is a mask of Wolverine. And it's like he's making fun. Like, it's like, it was so like, he usually if a movie does stuff like this, it ruins your suspension of disbelief. Like, suspension of disbelief is when we suspend our disbelief that this is not actually, or is actually happening. Like, we know logically this can't happen, but when we watch a movie, we suspend that and enjoy the movie. Well, usually when people make so many parody stuff in a movie, it ruins your suspension of disbelief. It makes you feel like, oh, well, you know, this is not real. But yet he was so funny. He was able to talk to the camera, say like, oh, it's kind of funny that there's only 2 X-Men here. It's like we got our budget cut. He was able to make so many parody references and yet keep me still feeling emotions for this character, emotions for this movie, and will he get his girlfriend back? And Williams work out for him. And it was another part that was so fun where like he's talking to his cab driver, and the cab driver just was talking about how he wants his girlfriend, he can't get his girlfriend. And oh, Ryan Reynolds, right? Yeah, that's his name. I mean, it's so funny. Like, I did not like him before. I couldn't remember his name. But like now I love this dude. But anyway, he was on to the cab driver, and he was the cab driver said he wanted to get his girlfriend back, and so he was like, so he's like, oh well, you can get him back, whatever. And so he was trying with 2 of the X-Men, and the guy said he got the guy in the back of his trunk. He captured, like, the guy who stole his girlfriend, he captured him. And so Deadpool was like, oh, you can't do that to the cab driver. And then was whispering like, I'm so proud of you. And he's like, but you can't do that. He's like, take him, kill him. And he's like, you gotta let him go and let your girlfriend make up her own mind. And he whispered to him, oh, capture her, make her yours. You know, it was so funny. And then when he like lost his hand was like a little baby hand, and he kept rubbing it on his roommate's face. It was such a funny movie. Like, 10 out of 10. I can make this review too long, I should tell the whole darn thing. But it was so funny. It was so much fun. If you're going with your family, be careful because it is sexual. But I still say you can go if you and your family are cool, you know, or if you want to go. It's like if you go with your friends, it's like a little bit easier. But it is it's got a lot of sexual like jokes and stuff. But I still say it was a lot of fun. And it's a good movie. 10 out of 10. I have no complaints, and I loved it. So tell me in the comments if y'all see this movie too, and what did y'all think about it. And I cannot wait. I hope they make, I know they're gonna make a part 2, and I adore this superhero. I have never loved a superhero before until now. So I'll talk to you guys later, and yes, and if you like what I do, please comment and subscribe. Okay guys, bye.